He's got something to do with that girl.
He's got everything to do with that little girl.
I had somebody that I cared about.
Can't be any worse out there. Can it? You hear that?
It's a beloved classic from 2013, a remake for you and I, available on the PlayStation 5 right now. Hello, my name is Joakim Gomez. Of course, we're talking about The Last of Us Part 1. Now, why are we calling it a remake? Not to worry, we'll focus on that in just a while. I won't be alone. Joining me are some of your favorite gamers from around the region. We're talking about Indonesia, the Philippines, Thailand, and first up, Malaysia. And what you don't see are loads of translators around me to make sure I understand them as they answer in their native language. First up, apa kabar, Maxhaze?
Yo, what's up? Aku ingat lagi dulu masa Last of Us keluar di PS3, aku tak sabar nak main kerana dia game baru dari Naughty Dog. Dan lagi-lagi tajuk baru, IP baru kan. Patut tengok. Oh, gameplay dia survival horror post-endemic. Ooh, sounds very scary. So aku daripada awal sampai habis memang melekat dengan game tu.
Well, that's Naughty Dog for you. They promised you a brand new IP and they have given it to you. So can you imagine if you played the PlayStation 3 version? If you thought it was beautiful, wait till you play the remade version for the PlayStation 5. You're going to get double the game aesthetic as well as design. But my next question to you, Maxhaze, what has been the most captivating scene for you in The Last of Us so far?
Scene paling cantik dalam game Aku rasa memang yang aku teringat adalah ketika ada jiraf, ada monyet. Kenapa cantik kat situ? Sebab diorang pandai main dengan lighting dan kehijauan. Masa tu boleh nampak betapa hijaunya pokok semua tu tiba-tiba. Sebab sepanjang game, sebelum sampai situ, kita macam gelap. Kita macam suram-suram, macam sedih lah, menakutkan. Tapi tiba-tiba sampai ke tempat yang very bright. So nampak cantik lah kat situ.
Exactly, I remember chasing down that Monya and suddenly, bam, you're playing as a defenseless Ellie in winter conditions, but thankfully you get to enjoy the giraffe scene later on in the game. But aside from it being beautiful, let's talk about being scared and freaky encounters, buddy. So what is your freakiest encounter so far, bang?
Part yang paling menyeramkan, generator. Aku rasa semua orang yang main akan setuju dekat generator. Sebab kita nak kena hidupkan balik generator untuk buka pintu dan masa tu macam-macam datang.
He had to mention the generator scene. All the memories of me having to restart over and over again. It's coming back. Hopefully your experience won't be as bad as mine for the remade version. But can you imagine this? The infected with enhanced visuals with the PlayStation 5. I guarantee you it's gonna be a brand new experience. Now, aside from this being a game, don't forget, it's also a story that begins with the death of Sarah, who's Joel's daughter. To delve deeper in the story, let's bring in from Thailand right now, Sawadee Krap Toffee!
สวัสดีค่ะท็อฟฟี่นะคะจากช่องท็อฟฟี่เป็นตัวซ่องคองค่ะก็จะมาพูดถึงครั้งแรกที่เล่นเกม The Last of Us นะคะก็เป็นเกมแรกที่เราเล่นบน PlayStation 5 แล้วก็เป็นเกมที่เราต้องเขาเรียกอะไรใช้แมคานิกทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างในเกมไม่ว่าจะเป็นการโยนของเพื่อที่จะทำให้ศัตรูเนี่ยเดินไปตามทิศทางของเสียงที่มันตกกระทบหรือไม่ก็ต้องสเตลรอบสังหารอะไรต่างๆมันก็จะมีเหตุการณ์ในเกมเนี่ยเยอะแยะมากมายเลยที่ทำให้เราประทับใจแล้วก็สะเทือนใจ
Oh, this game will definitely make you save and scavenge every single bullet, glass bottle and brick that you find, and with improved physics, it's gonna be more realistic. But my next question to you, Toffee, do you have any favorite scenes or story moments from the game?
ซีนที่จดจำมากที่สุดของท็อฟฟี่เนี่ยคือซีนที่เป็นเหตุการณ์สองพี่น้องเฮนรี่กับแซมสองพี่น้องคู่นี้นะคะซึ่งมันก็เกิดเหตุการณ์บางอย่างที่ทำให้แซมเองเนี่ยติดเชื้อแล้วเฮนรี่เนี่ยซึ่งเป็นพี่ชายที่สนิทเนี่ยต้องทำการที่จะต้องยิงแซมทิ้งฉากนั้นเนี่ยเราก็สะเทือนอารมณ์ที่แบบพี่ชายเนี่ยจะต้องยิงน้องชายของตัวเองจากนั้นเนี่ยแล้วเฮนรี่เขาก็ปิดชีวิตตัวเองตามไปอันนั้นเนี่ยคือเราแบบจำได้แม่นเลยอ่ะคือแบบมันช็อกอ่ะเอาจริงเพราะเหตุการณ์ก่อนหน้านั้นมันเป็นฟีลที่เหมือนแบบอบอุ่นมาอยู่แล้วอยู่ๆมาเกิดเหตุการณ์แบบนี้มันก็เลยทำให้เราจำฉากเนี้ยได้แม่นมากๆมันทำให้เรารู้ว่าเกมเนี้ยมันไม่ใช่เกมธรรมดาไม่ใช่เกมที่เหมือนแบบว่าแอคชั่นแล้วก็ผ่านไปมันเป็นเกมที่มีเนื้อเรื่องที่ลึกซึ้งแล้วก็ซีเรียสฉากนี้นี่แหละที่เรารู้สึกอิโมชั่นอลที่สุดแล้ว
If you haven't experienced that scene with Henry and Sam, you can try it for yourself on The Last of Us Part 1. It definitely got me emotional. But the one thing you must not forget about this game, it is unpredictable. And to delve deeper in that topic, let's bring in right now from Indonesia, apa kabar PokoPow?
Halo teman-teman, perkenalkan nama gue PokoPow. Gue adalah salah satu YouTuber gaming di Indonesia.
Why do you love playing this game?
Nah, kalau kita ngomongin Last of Us nih udah menjadi salah satu game favorit gue, teman-teman. Nah, kenapa nih menjadi favorit? Karena di Last of Us gue bisa mendapatkan experience yang benar-benar berbeda dari game-game lainnya. Terutama gue bisa merasakan feeling serem, sedih, terus juga feeling greget, marah-marah, semuanya ada di game ini, teman-teman.
Very nice. And what is your favorite weapon?
Oke, kalau ngomongin weapon ya, weapon yang benar-benar gue suka di game The Last of Us ini adalah shift. Yes, shift. Kenapa shift? Karena shift ini tuh bener-bener apa ya, bisa membuat gue tuh lepas dari infected yang bernama clicker. Karena kadang kalau clicker itu kan larinya cepet banget ya, langsung mengejar, langsung ke diri kita gitu kan. Itu bener-bener wah, itu kalau misalnya gue pakai shotgun atau nggak gue pakai handgun, even pakai sniper rifle mungkin itu bakalan panik. Dan kalau ada shift itu bener-bener enak, jadi langsung keren, mati langsung. Kayak gitu.
So PokoPow enjoys using the shift, but if you enjoy using the shotgun, good news coming your way. On the DualSense controller on the PlayStation 5, you're gonna feel every single pump, every single resistance, and for me, playing as Ellie, I love using the bow and arrow. You're gonna feel every single draw as well. That's it for me, the toughest infected class to kill, it has to be the bloater. PokoPow, what about you, buddy?
Oke, kalau ngomongin infected ya, di sini kan ada infected bloater, ada runner, dan juga clicker. Ya, yang paling susah menurut gua adalah clicker. Susahnya kenapa? Bukan karena dia gede badannya gitu ya, atau dia bisa lari cepat banget gitu ya, kayak runner gitu kan. Tapi clicker itu menjadi salah satu infected yang susah. Kenapa? Karena bikin panik. Ya, cuma clicker doang yang suka bikin panik. Biasanya nih kalau kita ketemu clicker, itu biasanya levelnya tuh ngendap-ngendap terus gitu kan, dan itu tuh ngebuat kita tuh panik, takut gitu. Apalagi kalau kita ketahuan sama clickernya, wah udah dah, itu susah banget deh.
It's strange how I'm terrible at horror films, but I love this game. My advice is play in a bright room, it's less scary. But can you imagine hearing a clicker all around you? With 3D audio on the PlayStation 5, you're gonna get just that. Now PokoPow, my question to you is, what is the toughest encounter in this game for you?
Ketika Joel ditangkap ya, terus kita tuh dibuat kayak apa ya, POV-nya itu kebalik gitu loh badannya, dan kita tuh nembaknya tuh di layar tuh kebalik gitu, dan itu menurut gue tuh susah banget.
Like PokoPow and myself, don't be afraid to restart over and over again for this game. I think my death counter was over 600 on grounded difficulty, no less. Moving on to the Philippines right now. Kamusta ka? What is up, GLOCO?
Yo, what's up guys? My name is GLOCO and I'm a content creator from the Philippines. I've been a gamer since as far as I can remember, and I played The Last of Us back in 2013 on the PS3. So, look at this. Proof of fandom. So for me, The Last of Us completely changed how I see games. In terms of aesthetics, it looked super realistic back then, considering it was a PS3 game. As for the gameplay, I loved how intuitive the controls and the mechanics were. Joel and Ellie in particular had a really nice dynamic that was highlighted during interactions with the environment and maybe sometimes during combat. It just felt like I was watching a movie all throughout, with just how smooth everything transitioned from cutscene and then back to gameplay.
Nice t-shirt, buddy, I see it. And I'm sure we all can agree that this game has now reached classic status among its fans. And for The Last of Us remake version, with high fidelity, you're going to experience transitions from the cutscenes to gameplay seamlessly. My next question to you is, what is your favorite thing about this game?
So my favorite aspect of the game has to be the story. It was what really stood out for me out of all the games I've played. Despite it being a fictional world, it never really strayed away from the realms of reality, especially when it comes to highlighting human nature. It honestly kind of makes me scared of what would happen if ever human society collapses. But then you're put in the shoes of Joel, who's lost so much to the point that he grew not to trust anyone. And then he's suddenly given this responsibility to take care of Ellie, who's a bright-eyed young girl who was born during the pandemic with no parents and is apparently carrying an even bigger burden and responsibility that could change the world.
For this game, the chemistry between Joel and Ellie, it's everything. And my personal favorite moment is when Ellie reads from the Book of Puns. GLOCO, what about you? What is your favorite moment between Joel and Ellie?
Another moment was when Joel got injured badly, so the players were forced to switch to Ellie for a good amount of time in order to save him. But compared to Joel, Ellie relied more on stealth and wit in order to survive alone. And she was eventually helped by a seemingly nice man called David, but everything went south quickly when it was revealed that David was part of a community of neo-cannibals.
Of course, the gameplay with David involves you having zero ammo, so what would you do? Because the pressure and anxiety is going to be double, and don't forget, with additional AI, the NPCs can now perceive where you'll be. That's it. GLOCO, what are your words of advice to people who are yet to play The Last of Us Part 1?
The first one that came out way back on the PS3 in 2013 was already something I considered as a masterpiece, and it could still definitely hold its own in today's generation of games. So what more now that it's getting a remake? So I assure you that when it comes to character dynamics, intuitive actions, and an immersive storyline, The Last of Us Part 1 will definitely satisfy all of those.
There you have it, and if you're still not convinced, our friends over at Naughty Dog, they're giving you more unlockables with Ellie and Joel, and fan service as well, with speedrun and permadeath modes. Oh no! Thank you so much to all my guests from around the region and my translators. Thank you very much, guys. Be sure to check out The Last of Us Part 1, now available on the PlayStation 5 and coming soon to PC. My name is Joakim Gomez. I'll see you soon.
Joel, I can handle myself.
It's called luck, and it is gonna run out. You make every shot count.
PlayStation